Will I ever get to Grandmaster? The quick answer is no. I don't play enough and I'm too crap. So this is going to be a bit of an eye-opener, to be honest. So the normal rank that I get to if I bother playing competitive is Diamond. And obviously then that means Grandmaster being the next one up. That's the sort of the goal, I guess. And after the placement, I said this in my last video, I don't get the placement matches at all. I think I won 5, lost 5, but I don't know what the sort of quality per team is. I don't know if they put you with similar level people. I really don't know how it works, or if it's just totally random. But anyway, after the placements, I ended up at Gold 1, and I'll be honest, I was so overconfident. So arrogant with, oh yeah, it's only gold, I'll just walk through, and as you can see, that's going perfectly. Yeah, I was confident to the point that I decided, per role, I mean, normally if I was going to pick one, I'm a tank, and I play people like Hulk, Emma Frost, Magneto, those types of people, sometimes Thor. Never really play Deadpool, but he's a character that I want to get into. He's one that I want to get the Lord on. It's been long enough, and to be honest, since he's been out, I've barely touched him, so now I decided to play him, and I thought, well, where better? And I wouldn't do this in a competitive match where I thought it would be close and tough. But this, like I said, I expected to just walk through for some reason, so I was like, I'm good enough as any character, really, I thought. Let's just play in Gold 1 against people who should still be, you know, decent competition. Test how good I am at Deadpool, but not jeopardize the victory for the team. So that was my thought process. Don't be selfish. Still play well, help the team, don't cost anyone on my team a win, but play a character that was newer to me, just so I could get a bit of like comp level exposure as opposed to playing quick play. Because there's nothing worse, you're trying to learn a character or whatever, yeah, you've got practice and whatever, but say you're good enough to actually play against people in quick play, and then you know what it's like, 6 people start, 4 people are left in the team within the first 30 seconds, they've all ran away or whatever. So yeah, just wanted to give this a go. The gold mentality is absolutely insane. I don't know how other people find this, and maybe the people that are way above Diamond, you know, a lot better than that, think that Diamond players are nuts. But the game before this, I tried to play Deadpool, and normally you think to yourself, I obviously hope that the other team doesn't ban the character that I want to play. My own team ended up banning the character I wanted to play, so it got 1 vote, I think, for Deadpool, if I remember right. And then when I said, oh, so how come? They were like, misclicked. And I thought, well, what hope have we got then? If you can't even click the correct buttons when there's no pressure at all, there's no reason for you to make this mistake. What are we going to be like when you need to perform and you actually need to click certain buttons in a certain order? Yeah, it's just mind-blowing. And as you'll see very shortly, so our opposing team, yeah, that's right, they've got Loki, and I don't know if it's just a gold thing, but as soon as it started going wrong for that team, the blame came out hard from Loki. Just 2 seconds. That is, like I said, I haven't played much of Deadpool, so I'm no expert on him, but when he stops and poses and it makes him invincible and stuff, that saves me a couple of times in this game. It's such a cool perk to have. Super annoying for the opponent because obviously they're just watching you stand there doing some idiotic pose, but really, really handy. I mean, it's fairly low on health there, and that saved me. And later on in this this clip, I don't know whether it's this half or the second half, but you'll see it save me from a grouped ult. I was low on health, and it does really well, in fairness. Watching this back, I see the effort there, actually, that Doctor Strange put in to save me from Hawkeye, and Hawkeye and their team is good. They are strats, except Loki, to be honest, because Loki, I think, spent more time moaning in the chat than actually playing the game, but except Loki, the strats were pretty good. But I feel like they were carried by their DPS. There was Hawkeye and Squirrel Girl. Both of them clearly knew what they were doing. And yeah, I think they carried them. But yeah, here we go again. But no, yeah, there's the Loki player on their side. I think it was in the second half, he said something like, you're lucky that my team aren't very good, when I think he had the worst stats on the team. It was maybe like 11 and 10 at the time. I gotta be honest, I don't know why the cloak bothers keeping on blinding me. He really doesn't need to waste his time, because I play like I've been blinded throughout anyway. My aim is terrible, so I'd say probably for every 10 shots I miss 2. No, other way around. For every 10 shots I hit 2. That's why it blew my mind, to be honest, that at the end of this game, I actually had the second highest accuracy on the team, which is unheard of, really. I mean, the only person I was beaten by in that front was Jeff, and obviously he blasts water to a degree. But yeah, I had the second highest with 32, so no one was super accurate. And looking at it now, actually, there's a Scarlet Witch on the team, so I don't know how they were so inaccurate. The Cloak and Dagger, I've just realised, he did that blinding thing like 5 times there, so he's like, or she, is in full DPS mode at this point. Yeah, not really helpful for the team. It's mad what you pick up watching a replay, but obviously they've team wiped us there. I didn't think we had a Scarlet on the team at the time. I'm not really sure, but anyway, contemplated going back for that strange portal there, because so many times, not so much as a Vanguard because you've got more health, but as a DPS for definite, these strangers put some odd placed portals and I drop into them, just get absolutely hammered. So I've lost a bit of trust in their placement and decision making. Does make me think, oh, should I or should I just walk in? I've done the other though. I've walked over, and by the time I've got to where we were going, the other 5 of my team are dead. They're all jumped through the portal. So yeah, in reality, they can be very hit and miss. Ah, it does work. There we are. So where am I at the moment? 13 and 4 MVP on the team at this point. So yeah, despite being inexperienced with the character, by now, if things weren't going right, and obviously, like I said, I'm playing a character I'm not like fully comfortable with, or don't know the ins and outs of, I would have switched. I wouldn't have jeopardized the victory. I hate it when people won't switch to a character that they're more like competent on when things are clearly going bad. But yeah, at this point, MVP of the team, we're just about to take the 3rd point, so all going well, really. No need to make the switch. Happy with the performance. So as you'll see, no one made any changes to the teams as far as I'm aware. So yeah, pretty much just means that on their team, they're probably arguing at this point, and the guy or girl that's calling the other team out basically in the chat, if you look, he still hasn't, or she hasn't selected their character. So they must be heavy on the typing at the moment, too busy typing, and we all know it takes time on a PS5, unless I guess you've got some sort of attachment. Going through letter by letter is quite slow, so they must be only maybe halfway through the essay. So yeah, they've just managed with like 4 seconds to go to pick their character. Everyone else is obviously getting it both barrels about how they need to improve, how they are the problem, etc. So yeah, standard, to be honest with you, standard competitive gameplay, standard quick play gameplay. That's just solid Marvel Rivals. Now this part was quite impressive for me. I think I missed nearly every shot there, so yeah, I'll put a tips and tricks guide out soon for Deadpool. But yeah, this was concerning, because you know, normally you sort of hold them closer to their spawn, but they've advanced pretty quick here, which wasn't promising for us. I did start to wonder. I was like, well, how did we get all the way to that 3rd point relatively easily? And yet I felt like we were on the back foot so quick here. Got stuck on the whatever that thing is, the payload, but I don't know what it's actually. Dragon, is it? I'll be honest, the second half, I'm just shooting the floor here because I was desperately clicking L2, hoping for that unicorn shield to come up. Full panic had set in there, so yeah, all skill was gone. Strange as you Portland himself, I honestly can't trust it, can't be bothered, may as well just run for the distance that it is. He has, I think, or she, gone the other side, so I guess that is handy, the portal this time, but anyway, we're here, we're safe, that's the main thing. There's a part in this second half of the game, I feel like I lost it, in honesty. Happy to get that group down just as he was ulting. Obviously completely wasted his ult and helps us big time. That group ult is quite annoying actually, when it just sort of sticks you all to the floor, groups you up in one place. But yeah, for some reason, I was grateful that Doctor Strange's ult stopped Squirrel Girl, because I was having a hard time hitting her there. Wish I took a photo with her, to be honest, just to rub it in a little bit, because I was, again, too useless. But yeah, this half of the game, their Squirrel Girl and their Hawkeye were really winding me up. Like I said, they were both good. They were both catching me. Well, Hawkeye was catching me, Squirrel Girl not so much, just generally being aggravating. But they are two characters. Hawkeye, I think, is really, really cool in the films, particularly from Age of Ultron onwards. Don't get me wrong, if you ask the typical question that you ask as a kid, maybe, oh, what powers would you like when you grew up? No one says, I'd like to be able to shoot the bow and arrow. So, he's never been like a fan favourite, but for his powers. But he is a cool character. I think they really developed him well in the MCU, but in this game, I've played him a handful of times. He just looks so boring. That's part of what drew me to Deadpool. He's so chaotic, so fun to play. Obviously, I shouldn't have been standing there pretty much on my own against their team. That was just bad placement by me. Maybe I belong in Gold 1, who knows? But yeah, when he's like kicking off with the swords and stuff, he's just cool. He's just a fun character, whereas Hawkeye, when you're just walking around the map slowly, aimed all the time, hoping to hit people, bow and arrow, talked, pull back, it just doesn't look fun. It just looks slow and boring, to be honest. And Squirrel Girl, I mean, she's gotta be, hasn't she, one of the most disliked characters. Everyone plays her, don't get me wrong, but like, you can kill people, you're not even anywhere near them. The acorns are just bouncing along, you haven't got to aim at all. The acorns are ridiculously overpowered. Like, when you say it out loud, they do more damage, I think, than like Hulk's punches. They do more damage than most characters in the game, as far as I'm aware. She's massively overpowered, I think, in terms of damage output. And the ult, as you'll see fairly shortly, is just supposed to be a pack of squirrels. Squirrels are cool, but they act like heat-seeking missiles in this game. There we are. You cannot get away from them. Watch this. Look where they started. It was all the way back near their spawn, right? They're zigzagging. They caught me in the end. They'll do anything. I don't see how it's fair that they can catch you, no matter where you are. You've got much different, obviously, ults in the game, but much weaker ults in the sense that they control, that they need precision, they need control. You've got to be spot on with them. Again, she can just launch them out there and off they go. So yeah, rant over, I suppose, but not on my top 5, top 10 characters. Fairly shortly is what I was saying about earlier, where I sort of take the photo to avoid getting hammered by the Groot ult. Do I get Squirrel Girl? No. Oof, this is tight, isn't it? So, yeah, like I said earlier, fully underestimated gold. Got to a point I was doing so bad, I think I was a little bit out of it in this game. I was just beating up the low-key clones. Don't get me wrong, it does help sometimes that they're not there, so he can't just randomly switch and appear in them, but I felt like I needed to get a bit of the playstyle back. I felt like I needed to get a couple of kills just to get me back in the swing of it. So there's the Groot ult. There's the photo, so no one can damage me. Pretty good. But yeah, went from being stuck in the Groot ult to stuck in the squirrels. Bit of a frustrating section, I found this. Like I mentioned earlier, from the second half of the second part of the match, if that makes any sense at all, I just feel like I wasn't playing as well as I was. Where are we? Yeah, so I'm still MVP for the time being. Second lowest deaths on the team. What's that? Second highest kills? No, third highest kills. So tied with Jeff. We've abandoned Strange at this point. Whoever it was has switched. I think he might be... Is he Punisher now? Why am I just standing still? That was a weird one. Yeah, to the team, if you guys have watched this, my bad, sorry, apologies, few seconds of just standing still. Here come the heat-seeking missiles again, but fortunately, I don't think anyone really got hit by them that hard that time. Held them at this point for quite a while, which was nice. I thought Hawkeye got me again, and at that point he's had me quite a lot in the second half. I was probably him again. MVP still? No, so this is the point where I lost it, and it's gone to Wanda, Scarlet Witch. But like I said, I'm still not playing bad. 24 and 9, too many deaths for my liking, but when you look at some of the others, I mean 15 and 15, that's not ideal. 23 and 10, very similar to me. So again, I wasn't holding the team back, it wasn't costing us anything, I was still playing well. Although the group did well, when we got to the end, you'll see he's got like 50,000 block or something, but I don't know. Maybe it was help with the team, but I did find the group relatively straightforward to kill. I think he was probably, or she, the person that I killed the most. A bit disappointed I didn't come away with a kill there. I was desperate to kill the Hawkeye, so even though I wasn't in a good position, I hung around. I wanted to just see if I could put Hawkeye down, but unfortunately no. And this is where it starts getting worrying. So 20 seconds left. They're nearly at the third point. I really didn't want to go into that next bit, you know, where you've got to compete to see how far you can get on no time and all that. So at this point I'm just shooting randomly. I didn't mean to. I couldn't even tell who was on my team anymore. I just saw a squirrel girl and started firing. Here's Hawkeye. This was beautiful. Putting him down. Really enjoyed that. And I think, yeah, that's the end. So nice to be able to finish by by killing the Hawkeye. That probably makes it about 15 kills to him versus 2 to me. So yeah, pretty even split really, but as you can see, it ended up a lot closer than I expected. We stopped them with, you know, seconds to spare, so it was by no means a walkover, and yeah, it concerned me. I thought gold was going to be a lot easier than that. So let's see how the next ones go. I'm hoping, I mean, we've only got a week left and I don't have much time to play. So I'm hoping I'll be able to get to at least Diamond, where I usually am. But yeah, we'll see. See you in future videos.